What's going on, ladies and gentlemen? Welcome back to the One Leg Loser podcast. I'm your boy Bear Down Rick, alongside my boy Jay, the producer. Welcome, guys, to week. I think what is this, Jay? Week 14.
14,
Is that what?
14, baby.
Week
Damn, man.
14.
It's getting way too close, man. Shit.
It's coming to the end of the year. We're
Yeah.
almost in. Shit. By the time we know it, it's January. It's almost that time of the year, man.
And then
Crazy.
it's almost February. What we doing in February, man? Tell the people.
We going to Puerto Rico. Yo,
Woo!
we are planning to have a on the island podcast, so you guys stay tuned, stay tapped into us even after the season. We have some stuff for you, but
Yeah, for
more
sure.
importantly,
Speaking of tapping in, go check us out on TikTok. That's we got our most movement over there. Go check us out there. Show some love, drop a like, drop a follow, most importantly. And obviously, Instagram, Twitter, and here on Twitter, X, here on YouTube. Much appreciated. Much appreciated.
we appreciate you guys. One love. So I mean, let's start the night, man. Hey Jay, what you drinking on today, man?
I went back to old reliable little vodka tonic. I'm on some vodka tonic tonight.
Fuck, it's
Diet tonic. Gotta keep healthy, baby.
interesting. Yeah, interesting. Ladies and gentlemen, I'm gonna be completely transparent with you guys. So before we even started the episode today, I was like, hey man, I had a very busy day. Didn't have time. I think most people could relate to that, right? We just got really busy. So I was like, hey man, I don't got nothing. I got this fancy water. I was like, I'm just gonna tell everybody it's wine. But he's like, bro, they're gonna call your ass out. So you know what I did, ladies and gentlemen? I improvised and I got myself a little fireball
Oh,
nip.
shit. There you go. To the face. Okay.
Take a little sip, just like our parlays be doing to us, giving us a little bit of a spicy feeling today. But
Hell yeah. Speaking of parlays, we're gonna build it as we go, ladies and gentlemen. As we go, we're gonna lock in our four favorites. So stay tuned till the end where we reveal them. But we'll give you picks throughout the podcast. Sure.
yeah, we're gonna go through each game. We're gonna go ahead and make sure we give you our thoughts and again, give you our picks, but we're gonna give you our full rundown of what we're actually gonna pick for the week. So stay tuned throughout it.
Sir, yes, sir.
Here we go. Ladies and gentlemen, here we go. We have a rematch of week 12. We're in a blizzard. The Browns came out on top that day, right? Pittsburgh came out after a shootout win over the Bengals, where Russell Wilson threw over 400 yards, 3 TDs, and a passer rating of 126. And on the other side of the ball, man, hey, listen, that boy Jameis Winston played a hell of a game against the Denver Broncos last week, where he threw for over 500 yards, nearly 500 yards, ladies and gentlemen, with 4 TDs and again 3 interceptions. But that's Jameis Winston. But man, listen, man, this is gonna be another bruiser, man, another division rivalry. Um,
Yeah.
what's your thoughts here, Jose? Man, what are you thinking, man?
I'm thinking, listen, man, like you said, Winston went off, but that's not true. Winston, like, let's be honest, guys. Like, he's fun, he's happy go lucky, he gets the best speeches on earth, but he ain't that guy, man. He ain't that guy. TJ Watt gonna be coming after his ass this time with revenge on his mind because last time they played, you remember Garrett showed him out, talking about he's defensive player of the year, this and that, blah, blah. Hey, he balled like it. He did. 3 sacks, forced fumbled. Like, he showed out. So TJ Watt got something for him at home. This is a much better defense than the Broncos, even though they have a great defense. But this is a step above division rival. I think I got Pittsburgh here -6.5. I think they come with something to prove, something to prove. The only reason they play that way, it was a goddamn blizzard, bro. Like, shit. Excuse them, I guess, right?
So you're
But
saying the elements played a role in the last
big
time
time,
the
big
game?
time, big time, big time. Like,
Okay.
of course. But I think no, that I think they got revenge on their mind. They got the better coach, Mike Tomlin. We spoke a little bit about him a few podcast, like last podcast.
The
So
recap.
hey, give me Steelers at home -6.5 for sure. Oh, my anytime touchdown is Warren, the
Look at
running back
that.
Warren. I like him coming off the backfield, maybe catch a screen pass, take it to the house, maybe 20 yards out or something like that. I like Warren.
Listen, man. Again, I hear the sentiments. I got a little bit of a different take on this one. Again, listen, like you said, the Browns came in, they played the Broncos, who are no scrubs on defense themselves, right? And Jameis Winston was able to have a hell of a game. Am I saying he's going to throw for close to 400, 500 yards this game? Hell no. But again, do I think that the Steelers take it and run the table? Um, Listen, bro, I'm gonna be honest with you. I'm actually gonna take the other way. I'm gonna take Cleveland plus 6.5.
Okay, ain't nothing wrong with that. Nothing wrong with that.
And listen, hey, listen, Judy and Winston have been having great connections. So my anytime touchdown for that game, I'm definitely gonna take on Judy on that one. See if he can kind of keep that that hot streak going.
Yeah. Okay. Any thoughts on the over under? Is it you think it's gonna be a low scoring bruiser, AFC North type of game?
Interesting you say that. I mean, listen, we were talking about that last night's game, right? Remember how I said looks like it was going to be a low scoring game in that first half, and then things were just going to kind of fill it out. Again, I think this one might go over. Again, like I said, I think these teams are going to feel each other out. They're just divisional rivals. They know who they are. They play each other. I think it might start off slow again, and like I said, I think it's going to be the over.
Yeah, I kind of agree with that. I feel like Cleveland got nothing to lose. James has nothing to lose. He's gonna throw that shit left and right. Him and Joku, and hopefully Chuck can regain some of that greatness that he showed before that huge injury. But yeah, I think they just balls to the wall and whatever. They're gonna try to ruin or spoil the Steelers' record here because they're going to try to get the division. So I think it definitely goes over. I think it definitely goes over.
So it sounds like you're thinking that Browns might try to play the spoiler for the Steelers to win the division.
Yeah, 100%. Damn. So wait, that kind of goes against what I said. If it goes over,
ladies and gentlemen, Jose, I'm giving Jose, I'm making him think the epiphany of like,
yeah. Nah,
is this a spoiler game?
At the end of the day, listen, it could still be 31-38 and they still cover. It can still be 24-31 and they still cover. So it's only win by 7. I got Pittsburgh at the end of the day -6.5.
There we go, ladies and gentlemen. Jose sticking to his guns. He's sticking to his guns. -6.5. What we got next, Jose? Who do we have next on the slate over here?
On us, sunny. I'm pretty sure it's snowy Minnesota, but it's a dome. It's a dome.
I mean, listen. It's funny you mentioned that. When I was watching the Bills game. I don't know if it's because they didn't have enough money, but the Bills are actually building the stadium right next there, the Indian Orchard, right? They're building a new stadium.
Yeah.
But they're not doing a dome. They're gonna. I think they said like 60% is gonna be covered. So like most of the fans are gonna be, they're not gonna deal with the element of snow.
I like that though, man.
I do. That. Me too.
I do. It's that's a true football town. It's like Green Bay. It's like Cleveland. True football town. You're gonna take away that beautiful snow. And elements. No, man. I love that they kept it that way. I loved it.
I really did too. Again, I don't know if they're just being cheap or they don't got the money, but outside of that, I think I really do like that because, like you said, you're keeping you. Remember, look, Miami. When you go down to Miami, you guys had that advantage, right? When we go down to Sun Life Stadium, Joe Robbie Stadium, wherever the fuck they're calling it now, right? You see that the opposing team. It was a Hard Rock. Oh yeah, I forgot. Now it's the Hard Rock. Sorry. All right, we'll see what's next. But anyways. Yeah. You see the opposing team, they're out there baking. Like you guys, and then your side is nice and shady. So
it was done purposely too.
Exactly. So it just shows you like, hey, these are just like ways of getting a little bit of an edge, right? So
but I think if they would have been a little bit smarter about it, they could have like not a dome, but like a retracting dome, like the Marlins have. Because a Super Bowl in February. It's going to be snowing. You're never going to get a Super Bowl in Buffalo. And you know how many millions and millions you're losing?
Yeah.
See, so they didn't. I don't know if they thought that through because you're never going to get a Super Bowl.
That's a good point. So it looks like they didn't really probably think about revenue outside of
hired me. I would have told them that.
No, like you said, maybe they're just a football. Listen, bro, because what's really in Buffalo? Actually watched. Funny enough, I watched a video on YouTube about Buffalo, and there's nothing in Buffalo.
They never get a Super Bowl regardless. Yeah.
Regardless, either whether it's a dome. And I'm sorry, listen, if we got any Buffalo listeners, I apologize. Sorry,
I don't apologize. Y'all fucking suck. I hate y'all.
Whoa, that's coming from Jay, the producer. But anyways, let's focus on the game here. Here we have the very disappointing Atlanta Falcons. Man, we picked them to win the division. It's just been very deflating, very disappointing throughout the year. You taking on the Minnesota Vikings, who are, listen, man, they're 10-2. I mean, but are they a real 10-2 team, or it's just like you just see them sneaking by, getting these wins?
A lot of fluff.
Ooh, a lot of fluff.
A lot of
So,
fluff,
talk to
man.
me a little bit about that. What do you mean by there's a lot of fluff in that
It's
Vikings locker?
just, it's not that offense that I saw in the beginning, the first 5 games. I think people just didn't figure him out. You
Ah,
know, they had Jefferson, even though, I mean, well, he's the best wide receiver in the game. He was just
yeah,
running wild. I don't know. It's just they don't have that same mystique that they had in the first few games with Brian Flores. Like the pressure was getting, the defense was getting there. I think they're a very opportunistic team. They
yeah.
they create turnovers, yes, they do. But if they don't, they can very well be beat very easily, very easily. So with that being said, I think Kirko Two Chains is gonna go
Ooh,
back into Minnesota and get his revenge. I know he played like crap last week. He threw what, 4 interceptions, and
I think
like,
so.
yeah, Atlanta, they haven't gotten a lot of pressure on the quarterback. But last week they kind of figured it out. They pressured I forgot what they played, but they pressured him a lot. They pressured him a lot. They got to him. They did something. They still lost the game because damn Kirk threw 4 interceptions. But I just think this is the NFL has a funny way to correct itself, right? That's why there's this it's any given Sunday.
Yes.
He threw 4 interceptions last week. Now he's gonna throw 4 touchdowns. It's just weird like that, right? Give me Atlanta Falcons on the road. I'm gonna move it up a little bit. I told you guys last week about those key numbers that I like. Give me Atlanta Falcons on the road plus 7.5. Lock it in. Add that to the parlay. Add that to
And
the
I
parlay.
think and I think that's why he's confident that Bijan Robinson is gonna go ahead
Oh yeah,
and score
Bijan.
anytime touchdown.
Bijan should they should. You can run on that team. You can pass on that team. You just gotta. It's a chess match when you go against Brian Flores. You just gotta know what to do when not to do it. Easier
Mm.
said than done, obviously. But I think they figure it out. I think they go in there and they a much much needed win because they're still in the fight for the division. The Vikings are kind of cruising along. Well, I know you got Detroit there,
Well,
but
Detroit already what Detroit already clinched his division. That's
oh, they
it.
already
After the
clinched it.
win,
Okay, so
yeah, they
hey,
clinched
even
it.
more
Yeah.
to my point. Even more to my point, they're just like
Mhm.
just cruising along, just trying to get to the playoffs. Give me Atlanta on the road.
Okay. Listen, I was gonna go against you, but I think you kind of talked some good points there. So if we're speaking specifically or directly about betting, which this is what this podcast is kind of about, I like that idea of giving Atlanta plus 7.5. Again, I think um if I could say who's going to win the game, I still feel like that the Vikings might have that edge. I am taking Addison at anytime touchdown because again, that Atlanta secondary is not that great. I mean, it's just not. And now the question becomes: Does Flores come around and throw the kitchen sink at Kirk Cousins and just disrupt them? Because as we know, um, Kirk when he gets rattled, man, he starts seeing ghosts, and that's the only
Right,
concern that I have
facts.
with him.
But it's not
So
prime time, so we should be all right.
okay. So then
Yeah.
again, I'll stick with that as well. I'm taking Atlanta plus 7.5.
All right, let's get it.
What we're moving on to here next? What we got? Ooh, I was actually looking at this one on FanDuel before we go directly into the game, and I was just like, I think FanDuel has it at is it 13.5 or something? I forgot they
Mhm.
have it at a number here, but here we got the Carolina Panthers coming into Philly, man, in the middle of December. Carolina just really just trying to figure their way through it, man. You can see it's been the last couple weeks where Bryce Young has kind of figured some things out, kept some games close against some pretty good
He's looking
opponents.
better. He's
And,
looking
and
better.
Philly, man, I don't know what it is, man, but Philly just been turning it around. I don't know if it's that Saquon that they picked up Saquon, but they're playing pretty nice, man. They're playing great out there. So, I mean, what are your thoughts here, Jose? I think I have a feeling what you're gonna say, but I'll let you give your opinion.
Before I give my thoughts on the game, guys, Rick lives in Massachusetts. We usually put the bets through down here in Florida. So all these numbers and over unders that I give you that I post, that's on the Hard Rock app. Obviously, if you guys have better numbers, different numbers, you can either buy points or not. It's up to you. But these numbers are the Hard Rock app. With that being said, to piggyback on Rick, somehow they were sneaking by, and then they kind of turned it around, and now they like slowly become one of the best teams in the league again. With the injection of Saquon, who's top 2 in MVP votes or in the
Just
MVP
about.
race. He's going crazy. I think it's come down to that defense. So I think the defense finally has turned it around, turned the corner. I think Fangio, he's finally got them playing the right way. Especially that front line with that big boy in the middle from Alabama,
Carter. You got Carter up in it.
Jalen Carter,
You got
Jalen
Jalen Carter.
So they've been doing great things on that defense. But again, I think Bryce Young, he's kind of figuring things out a little bit. I thought that last week, they might have this little run would end, but it didn't, right? Chuba Hubbard's running the ball pretty well. Bryce Young's finding some receivers. He got Thielen back, so they're looking decent. This is a very big number, man. This is a very big number, 13.5. It doesn't matter who's against each other. It's a big number in NFL. I'm not touching that money line. If I had to choose, I would go Philly on the money line, just throwing a parlay. Odds are, listen, most likely they're going to win the game. 13 points is just too much for me. And I wouldn't go plus 13 either. That's, I don't know, because they can easily get blown out. It's just I wouldn't touch it. But
it sounds like it's a very touchy game for you in the sense of like the betting side of it, right?
It's too weird. Too many points on either side, and I don't like it. But I like Chuba Hubbard to score on the ground. I know the big boys there, but they don't. They got Thielen, they got Leggett, but they like to lean on the run game. So from the 5, give Chuba a few cracks at it, and I think he gets in.
All right. See, me, I was actually, when I was telling you guys I was playing on the app on FanDuel, I said, you know what? I played Carolina plus 17.5, and it was a minus 180. So it wasn't crazy.
It wasn't, that's interesting.
So I kind of was like leaning on that side of like, do I think Carolina, again, like you to your point, Jose, you could see that Carolina's kind of figuring things out. They're like I said, they almost beat the Chiefs. They played there at the end with the Chiefs, so they've been playing up against these teams, and they've been playing very close to them, close to the vest. So again, is Philly these world beaters? I don't know. I don't see them the world beaters, but I can see that they definitely have switched things around. So again, if I'm going to take a line here, give me Carolina plus 13. And I am going to have Barkley go ahead and score that touchdown, but give me that Carolina plus 13.
Okay. You're not locking it in, are you?
Listen, stay tuned to the end, guys, because this may be one that I might put on there because it might just be one of those upsetters.
Okay. At the 13.5 or maybe moving the line a little bit.
Maybe move that line a little bit. Maybe move that line. Again, if I could get the odds of minus 180 and still make it in my favor, if I can make it plus 15, I'll probably take it.
I'm checking here on the odds. So I'll check throughout the show, but we can move on. So here we got next. Oof, talk to me about this game.
Oof. Listen, here we go, man. Here we have the Trevor Lawrence's less Jaguars coming into play. Mr. Mayonnaise Man himself. And they're coming into play Tennessee, man. That Tennessee front is serious. Is Mac Jones coming in there and going to light it up at 2-10? Listen, this is 2 bottom feed teams, 2-10, 3-9 teams. Really, what can you really say about this game? It's just a game. If you got to take a nap, this will probably be a game you take a nap in, ladies and gentlemen, if you had to.
For sure. Listen, man. I'm gonna go with the home team here. They got the better defense. They're gonna have the slightly better quarterback in Will Levis. Mac Jones, no one believes in him. Like, let's be honest. Again, they got the better defense, and that's it. They got Pollard. They got Calvin Ridley. I see your. Well,
I think that's why we both lean that way. Yeah. I see we both got the anytime touchdown going on Tennessee.
Yeah, so Pollard is my anytime. I have him in my fantasy, so I definitely need him to score. So really, really is yours. Yeah, I just I don't know. I don't have much to say on this game, man. Just give me if I had to choose, I would take the 3. I'll take the -3, and I wouldn't play this game though. It's a snooze fest. It's one of those. It's a toss up. It's really a toss up.
Interesting you say that. I am also going to take Tennessee -3. But again, like I said, Mac Jones, it's like you said, it's a snooze fest. There's really nothing going on here. It's one of those games that you just turn it on if you're doing something because there's really nothing to watch here. They're not playing for anything. Or they might be playing for position to get a top pick, but outside of that, there's really nothing going on here in
Well,
regards to
listen,
picking
they're 2-10, so they're fighting against they're fighting with the Giants.
for that
They're
number one
also
pick, right?
Yeah, they're fighting for the number 1 pick. It'd be very interesting if Jacksonville ends up with the number 1 pick because they're not going to go quarterback. They're not going to go Shador.
That would be interesting, right? What do you think would happen there?
Yeah, you have to trade out. You have to trade out. You have to trade at least to 5 to. I mean, it depends what they. I know they have Travis Hunter. I mean, coming out of college, he's definitely a top 3. And to be honest with you guys, I have no idea what's happening in college. I don't know anything about college. That is not my forte. I do know those 2 guys. I know Shador. I mean, shit, they're probably the most popular guys out there. So obviously, right? I don't know if you take Hunter number 1. I wouldn't take Hunter number 1. He plays on both sides of the field. I think that's a recipe for disaster. Listen. I wish the man all the luck in the world. I hope he goes out and has a great career for whoever he ends up playing with. And I hopefully proves me wrong. I don't think gives a shit. But playing both ways, playing both ways in college, 100 plays a game, bro. Come on, man. The body's gonna shut down eventually. So are you gonna spend a top 3 pick on that? Wow, man.
So let me ask you a question. So the last player we saw that could play both sides of the fields, I think what Deion?
Yeah, but he didn't.
Enough?
Yeah, it was Deion.
Okay.
But he didn't play like Hunter does. Hunter literally plays. If there's 100 plays on offense and defense,
he plays each down.
He plays about 90% of each down, both ways. It's listen, man. The body can only hold so long, and yeah, he's young now. He's super athletic. He's super in shape. Listen, man.
And like we were talking about, we're talking in the recap game how the NFL is different, right? Between when and by the way, prayers up for my boy over here for Mr.
Trevor.
Huh?
Trevor.
For Trevor, but for Trevor as well. But also, anyways, I'll get back to that. But yeah, it's a different NFL, right? It's a different NFL. They're faster, stronger. And can he take that beating on both sides of the ball?
Right. I don't see it, man. I don't see it. But hey, hopefully he comes in there, like I said, proves me wrong, makes a lot of money, and has a hell of a career.
So we're saying that they're going to trade out that number 1 pick potentially.
I would trade it.
So you don't think they'll move on from Trevor Lawrence?
Nah, man. You just pay the man $250. You can't. You're tied down, man. You can't. You got to wait a few years until you can get out that contract. Okay. You just unfortunately you can't.
Wow, that's crazy.
I mean, unless you're willing to take the humongous cap hit, which it's not gonna happen, man.
Yeah, man.
Even, you never know. Khan, the owner over there, he's got oil.
That's
money,
what I'm saying, man. He's got a boatload of money. He doesn't
shit.
really care. He throws that money out there. You know what I'm saying?
He does. He got oil money, so who knows, man? Yeah, my boy got Arab money, man. Who the hell knows?
He's got the El Shabazz money. But anyways, let's move right along. Let's keep pushing down the line here. What we got next on the slate? We got them Raiders taking on them Buccaneers, man. Listen, we got 2 totally different respective teams here, man. We got the Raiders that are just on. I mean, they're not going anywhere. There's nothing going on here. You got the Bucs over here coming here trying to fight it out.
That's another team going for the number 1 spot.
Right? Exactly. Evans is going to play. I was reading a couple reports that we didn't know if Evans was going to play this week, but he is going to be playing this Sunday. That's why I picked up Evans anytime touchdown. But Jose, man, listen, like you said, it's another one of those games that really it there's really not. I mean, well, Bucks have something to play for. The Raiders really have nothing to play for, but other outside of draft position. But what are your thoughts on this game?
Yeah, you nailed it on the head. They have nothing to play for. They have nothing to play for, but they do play kind of tough, right? They're a tough bunch. I don't know if the coach is. I don't know if I'm not gonna say he's not the right coach yet. Is he's a little raw? I know. Um, the jury's still out on him. Maybe he can turn things around. Um, they got a new quarterback now. What his name is?
Conley or something like that. It all boils down to, like you said, it's just like, do you have a quarterback? You need
Yeah,
your first piece around you is, do you have the head coach? Do you have the quarterback? And right now with the Las Vegas Raiders, there's really nothing.
O'Connell.
Hmm?
O'Connell's the quarterback.
O'Connell, yes. But I mean, you could clearly see that the Raiders they don't have. I mean, the coach is up in the air right now, and clearly they don't have their quarterback right now. So they're just in that
To me,
spot.
Go ahead.
No, go ahead. You're gonna say something.
Yeah, to me, at the same time, like it's kind of like a fishy game, right? Baker hasn't been playing. He hasn't been playing as well as he was in the beginning of the season. I know Mike
Yeah.
Evans coming back. This is his second game back. Last week they didn't use him as much. They were using Kate Otten a lot more before. I mean, while Evans was injured, they were using Kate Otten a lot more. But now they've gone away from using Kate Otten. So I don't. They're running the ball a lot, which is nice. You like to see that, right? Bucky Irving, Rashad
Listen,
White.
Bucky Irvin, man.
Yeah, Bucky Irving's played. He's playing lights out. He's a strong runner, strong runner, and he's pretty fast. They're at home. I like that for them. I don't know. Maybe the Raiders can stick around.
Can they cover?
To me, yeah. To me, the 6.5. It's a little much because I just don't think the Bucks are firing on all the cylinders. They're clearly the better team, and they have something to play for. They can fuck around and win the division. If I had to make a choice here, I would go Raiders plus the 6.5 on the road to keep it close. Maybe a late night, maybe a late game touchdown. With a few seconds to go and they cover something like that. Something like that. And I got Jacoby Myers as my anytime touchdown.
Interesting you say that. Like you said, Baker Mayfield has been playing the greatest. He's been, things have kind of been slowing down a little bit. Again, we're getting to the end of the season, right? The teams that are going to be just at the mediocrity, that's where, injuries start to take effect, where just things that start to slow down for some people. Again, I think that line, I think it is a little too high, in my opinion, to agree with you on that. I'm still going to take the Bucks, but I'll probably lower the line to 3.5. Give me Bucks 3.5. Currently right now. Listen, speaking about Bucky Irving, man, he was taken right after my punter, which again, not to talk too much on the Bears.
Wild.
We took our punter in the 4th round, ladies and gentlemen, who wasn't supposed to be kicking as much, but Bucky Irving was the man right next to him. So again, it stings a little bit when I hear that name because it's like, what could have been, right? But
shout out Caleb Williams.
Shout out Caleb Williams for making that comment, my brother. But anyways, I digress. But again, it's definitely one of those games. Is the Raiders going to be one of those teams that are going to come up and get Shedeur? Can they be one of those teams that are going to make that trade?
I'm thinking it's either the Raiders or the Giants that go and get Shedeur.
Again, if they don't get the first pick themselves,
yeah,
right?
Right. I think Deion Sanders is clamoring. He's chomping at the bit to be in New York. He's got that prime time by him that want to be in the limelight, and him and his son running New York.
That would be interesting.
That even sound crazy. That even
sounds crazy, wild. So are we saying that Daboll might? So would you say? But would Daboll then be out in New York at some point? If
that was on. He going. He's not coaching material. He's a great OC. We saw that.
Okay.
But then again, how much of that is Josh Allen?
So are you saying that is Daboll another? I don't know if you saw the reports that Bellamy, he was down in the college ranks.
Yeah, I saw him.
And they cut bait. So and that's what scares me about. Not to kind of go on this little rant here for a second, but that's what scares me about these OCs, right? Everybody's talking about Ben Johnson from the Lions, right? again, he's a hot take for Chicago. We're going to be searching for a new head coach if our interim head coach doesn't go 5-0 and just runs the table. But and my take is with these OCs, you just never really know, man. Listen, you're talking about Ben Johnson that has arguably the best offensive line. They have all these weapons. I mean, really, what has he proven in the sense of kind of outside of having just this great structure around him? Of course, his plays are going to be, it's just going to work because he's got the horses behind him.
He's got the
But
best of the best.
he's
What do
got
you
the
expect?
best of the best, man.
What do you
So
expect?
it kind of scares me because, again, you look back at Nagy. Nagy came out of Kansas City to say he was going to be the quarterback whisperer. And again, yes, he did win coach of the year in 2018 when we went to the playoffs. But outside of that, man, it was just, I mean, that was a defense, if we want to be completely frank. But
yeah.
But again, that's what do you think about these OCs that really don't have no experience as a head coach? What are you thinking?
Oh, listen, man, there is no quarterback whisperer. There is no run game coordinator specialist. There is no fucking the next phenom, the next genius. There is none of that. There either is, do you know football and you have the experience coaching these players, or you don't? Bro, we can all be Ben Johnson. Give me a fucking playbook. Let me coach Jahmyr Gibbs, Monty, Goff, Laporta, Amon St. Brown, J-Mo. Bro, Sewell. I can run around plays with him and have him throw the ball. I can do all that silly shit. He's got the best team in the league. Who's gonna fuck around and win the Super Bowl? That's not that to me is not enough, man. These owners need to stop looking for the next flash in the pan, right? Just look for true football minds. Amen. They're out there, bro. They're out there. You just got to dig deep. You got to dig deep. You got to do your homework, do your due diligence, and you can find them. Enough of this. I'm not saying Ben Johnson's not it, but look at you brought up Bill Bellamy. Not Bill Bellamy. That's not his name.
Hey, MTV, Bill Bellamy. Hey, see, he's gonna be having some. Speaking about Bill Bellamy, ladies and gentlemen, a little side note. He just came out. He's talking about that Diddy stuff. He's like, I got all the tea. Everybody's hiding right now. Too? But anyways, we digress about Bill Bellamy. Hey, we're talking about the other Bellamy.
After the Super Bowl, TMZ Part 2 right here. Listen, man. Seriously, man. Look for a football mind, a true football mind, and everybody just wants the next Sean McVay, the next, I don't know, bro.
Listen, man, I tell you this, man. Listen, you do never know. It's like you said, you do never know. But what I am noticing again, in regards just to kind of see, on the spectrum of my Bears, I think talent wise, listen, man, we again not to try to
we'll get there.
Huh?
Your Bears are coming up soon.
I know. We'll talk there. Let's move on to the next thing, ladies. We'll circle back at that.
We'll circle back.
And speaking of
the Giants,
listen, man, this is just, ladies and gentlemen, this is the Saints, man. They're coming in here. They're figuring things out. I mean, listen, man, the Saints, they just stick around. Giants, man, they're just, again, there's really nothing really hot to talk about these damn Giants right now. Like you said, they're shooting for potentially getting a first overall pick.
Yep.
They're just
when I initially saw this game, I was like, you know what? I'm gonna take. Listen, man, both teams are ass. Both teams are ass. The Saints just have better players. Kamara. Taysom Hill, which I think he's out actually.
Oh yeah, he definitely he's on the IR. I think he's in surgery. Yes, he's out for the year.
Clearly, they obviously have the better quarterback. They have talent out there, but they've had some bad injuries this year. Initially, when I saw this game, I was going to go Giants, and that numbers are actually wrong, guys. It's Giants are plus. They're the underdog. That's plus 4.5. I was gonna go Giants, but then I started thinking, like, no, why would they try to win this meaningless game? They trying to go for number one. They're trying to get Shedeur. They're trying to get.
So it sounds like you're saying that the Giants are tanking.
Oh, they're tanking. They're tanking. You can't say don't say that word out too. You can't say that word in NFL because no one tanks. My ass, no one tanks. They tanking. So listen. If I had to choose this game, I'll take Saints on the money line. Whatever. This game sucks.
Wow.
This game,
Yeah,
this is the type of game that you sent to Germany. Like, let them figure this game out. I'm not trying
interesting.
to watch this shit.
Listen, I'm actually riding with the Saints, man. I'm actually
Yeah.
going to take the Saints minus 4.5. I think they
Okay.
are the better team. Again, that coach got some playing with some fire. They're spunky. That defense, huh?
Rizzy.
Yeah, they got that Rizzy. That defense is playing hard on that side of the ball. So I'm taking the Saints minus 4.5. I think this is it should be a cake. It should be an easy walk for them.
All right. Cool. All right.
What we got next on the slate here?
Here we go. Talk
Here
them.
we
Fins
go.
up,
We got
baby. Fins up.
the dumpster fire
You got
Jets
the
heading
mighty
down to South
Dolphins.
Beach. Heading down to South Beach. Well, ladies and gentlemen, listen. Let's clear the air. Let's listen to all the outsiders. Let's clear the air. They're not heading to South Beach. They're heading to Miami Gardens, ladies and gentlemen. It's a big difference. You're not on the beach. So when you get the Sunday night football skyline of Miami, you ain't there. You're in Miami Gardens near Bunches Park, ladies and gentlemen. If you know, you know. But anyways, we got the dumpster fire Jets heading down to the Miami Gardens and playing on the Dolphins. Listen, Dolphins have been kind of turning it around. Again, I don't know. Again, they're just figuring things out little by little. Can the run continue? Jose, I don't know if I can answer that for you, but I think I can. But I'm gonna let you speak to the people.
This is a very listen. We as Dolphins fans, as a Dolphin team, we need to win out to have a chance at making the playoffs. And like I told you last podcast, you don't want to see us if we make the playoffs. I know we took an L last week. Listen, Green Bay's a good ass team, man. And we had a few injuries, but no excuse. They beat us as they should on the road. Whatever. We move on. Here come them damn Jets with old man Rodgers. You think old man Rodgers is gonna come here and beat us? We got Kader Kohu back. We're getting Will Fuller back. Like, stop playing. We got Ramsey out there. Like, no, he's not gonna come here. Oh, and by the way, y'all just lost Breece Hall. He's out. Sorry ass Garner is out. Bro, we're gonna kill this team. Fuck that 5.5. Give me 10. Give me 10.
Sounds like this might be on your ticket. This sounds like
this is a lot. This is a lot. Remember last time I gave y'all minus 10 Dolphins? What that shit do? Yeah, we blew their ass out. Give me minus 10 plus money. Lock it in.
So we're saying plus minus 5.5. We're taking that.
You telling me Reed out there, number 4, who's I don't know who holds the most. It's either Sauce, Mr. Holder Gardner, or Reed, number 4. I don't know who holds the most. And CJ Mosley is also out. Bro, how the hell are they gonna stop Hill, Waddle, A-Chain, Jonnu Mitty? Come on, stop playing.
Guys, I think Jose. I think Jose. If I'm not mistaken, I think he's made his pick. I think he's choosing the Dolphins. If I'm hearing him correctly. Listen, again, my take. Again, no dog in the fight. But again, any team that could take a beating or beat down to Aaron Rodgers and just make it work, hey, I'm on that side. So I'm also taking the Dolphins minus 5.5. As you see, we got it. Huh?
No, go ahead.
As you see, we got our anytime touchdowns, Waddle and Hill. So, hey, we might have a tandem here, guys. Waddle and Hill, anytime touchdown.
And stop playing. Bradley Chubb might be back. Don't let Bradley Chubb come off that edge with Chop on the other side. Stop it. Old man gonna retire this game.
Listen, man.
Old man gonna retire. Watch they kick our ass.
Let me ask you a question before we move on. I know you're talking about, and I want to touch on the subject, and I think we did talk about it a little bit last time, but the Dolphins, right? If you say you don't want to see us in the playoffs, a lot of the concern of a lot of people in outside of Dolphin Nation, or maybe within Dolphin Nation, is your team's ability to play in the cold weather. What are your thoughts about that? How do you feel about that?
You know what? It's funny. It's funny you say that because I thought about this. I was thinking about this today, right? Because I'm on Twitter. Everybody's calling us soft. Everybody's calling us this. Everybody's calling us that. Bro, these players are not soft. There's no football player that is soft. In order for you to go out there, bust your ass, play football, take these hits, either take them or deliver them. You're not soft, bro. Your mentality is not of a soft mind. You're not a soft-minded man. You're just not, right? Our coach is soft. So he brings that mentality, that funny, that happy-go-lucky shit that I don't like to see. You know, he doesn't get in your ass when you're making mistakes. He actually rewards you when you make a mistake and keeps you in the damn game. He's soft. The team is not soft. You telling me Zach Sealer's soft? Go stand in front of him and try to block him. We're gonna see who fucking soft. Like, stop playing. These teams are not soft. These players are not soft. It just happened to. I mean, okay, they can't win in the cold. I mean, shit. A lot of teams can't win in the cold. Fucking San Francisco got their brains beat out by Buffalo. It was cold. So what? San Francisco soft too now? Come on, get out of here, man.
So you're saying that, you know, the weather doesn't. I guess what you're saying, the team is playing the way that it is. It's not because of the players. It's because of the coach.
It's because of the coach, and also like, okay, so X running back is tougher than my running back. Of course, this team is built off of speed. That's what we call surf and turf. We're built off of speed. We're trying to be the Rams, best show, the great show on turf. That's what we're trying to be. So of course you're going to be a little tougher in the sense of bigger and stronger, but you're not faster than me. But that's what happens, that's what's happening to McDaniels. They're figuring that shit out. We haven't thrown a bomb over 60 yards this year because they figured that shit out. And he's too dumb to like just to keep pounding the ball. You know what I'm saying? That's where you create toughness. Any team can be tough, but you can't be tough with fucking midgets back there. Yeah, I mean, shit. Yeah, they can run a four flat, but if they get hit in the mouth one time, you're going down because you're a small person. You're a small guy. You know, ain't no damn Marshawn Lynch's or Josh Jacobs back there. It's just not how we're built. So we're not soft. We're just built a certain way because of our coach.
Interesting to say it enough. So maybe Greer needs to take some notes and maybe get some guys that got that they're not being Santa's helper. And
Greer got to take some blame too. Greer's got to take some blame too.
Listen, it goes from every team from the top to the bottom. Because remember, GM hires a coach. So if your coach is not the coach, your GM plays a role in that because they're the one that judged the character and said, "This is the guy that I want to run my team." So everybody plays a role in there. So. Again, that's Jose's take about his team playing in the cold. They're not soft. The coach is soft. Let's move on to the next team here. Let's move on. What we got going on next? Ooh,
it's a good one. It's a good one.
We got the NFC West here, ladies and gentlemen. We got the guys, the Seattle Seahawks, going up against the Arizona Cardinals, formerly known as Arizona Illinois. If you guys didn't know, they were in Illinois. They were the first team before Chicago Bears. They were the Stanleys. But that's just a little bit of NFL history. But we got, right. So we got Seattle going down to Arizona. Listen, Seattle 75, Arizona 6-6. I mean, it looks like Vegas is calling it close, -2.5 with Arizona. What is your take here, Jose? I don't really have much, but what are your thoughts here?
This is gonna be a good game. This is for the division, you know. Well, at least the division lead. I know Seattle is winning it right now. But if I think is it their second time playing? I'm not sure. I don't remember. But
good question.
Anyways, regardless, it's a big game. You know, they have a lot of offensive firepower on both sides off the ball. You got McBride, you got Harrison Jr., you got Connor, who just got a big contract. You got the rookie over there, Benson. So they got some firepower. Got Kyler Murray, obviously, you know, and they're at home. I like that. Seattle, Metcalf. You know, I don't have to run down the names, but you guys know. Last time I saw this line, you know, Vegas gives you three points automatically just because you're home. Last time I saw this line of -2.5 at home, the underdog came out on top. So give me Seattle on the road to take a stranglehold on this NFC West, and give me and Jigba is your guy. I like McBride on the other side, but give me Seattle on the road to upset the Cardinals.
Interesting. I'm going to take that as well. I think Seattle's they're figuring things out. They have figured some things out. I think they're going to come in Arizona. Harrison hasn't been, you know, he came out the number 1 wide receiver.
Yeah.
You think he hasn't lived up to the expectation as of yet. Again, I know it's just his rookie season. Can't judge a guy just on year one. But again, just how Caden Williams has been being judged because of just the stuff that was said about him and what he was supposed to be. It it's been a little bit of a letdown with Marvin Harrison Jr. in the sense of his rookie season. But no, I am also going to take Seattle. I think they're just a stronger mentality team. They're going to go out there. I got Njigba scoring a touchdown, so I'm taking Seattle myself as well.
Okay. Cool. I see you got Jigba as your anytime.
Yeah, so
Nice.
Njigba for me. So what we got next on the slate here? Ooh, we got Mighty Buff. Listen, man, we got the Buffalo Bills heading down to the LA. Uh, Again, LA has not been playing the hottest. I mean, it's definitely not the greatest year for them. Even though they have that great coach, you got the other side of the ball. You got Josh Allen, arguably MVP of the league. Again, just been playing out of his mind. Again, they've just been playing, winning every single way. Again, it's going to be definitely a game. Jose, what do you see going on over here? What are your thoughts here?
This is another situation where the Bills have the division locked up. I'm not saying they're gonna go in there and slack. I'm not saying that, but I think the Rams can could give them a good fight. I think they can stay close. I take the Rams minus the 3.5. You would think, the mighty Bills going into the Rams, who've been struggling for the most of the year, this number will be a lot higher. So Vegas is telling you something by that. I think the
Mm.
Rams can stick around. Edwards, that's definitely wrong. I was thinking Chargers. That is not right. So I'm gonna go with my anytime touchdown as Kyron Williams. Um, the Bills, they struggle on the ground. Last week when McCaffrey went in there before he got injured, he was hitting them. He was hitting them up left and right. So they struggle on the ground. I think Kyron is a great enough back to take advantage of that. So I think he scores, and I think Puka and Cooper Cup, man, they can make some noise. I think Matthew Stafford and them boys keep it close at home. I don't know if they actually win the game, but don't be
So are you
surprised. I
taking
wouldn't be
Rams
surprised.
plus 3.5? Is that what you're saying here?
Yes. I wouldn't be surprised if they won the game. Honestly, to be honest with you.
Okay. Listen, I'm gonna keep riding that Buffalo train, bro. I think they're just gonna go in there. Um, LA in those games when you think they got it, they just kind of let you down. I'm going to take the Buffalo Bills minus 3.5. I think there's just that firepower. They're just again, we're talking about these teams when we say after Thanksgiving, the teams that are going to keep riding, they're going to keep rolling. I think the Bills are that kind of team. I think the Chiefs are that kind of team. Again, I think Pittsburgh is that kind of team. I'm going to ride with the Buffalo Bills minus 3.5. I'm taking Cook as an anytime touchdown here. I think they roll and roll over the LA Chargers. I think that's just my thoughts here.
Nice. All right, here we go. Here we go.
Ooh, we got a definitely a very interesting game, a sleeper at that for most people outside of these two teams' fan base. We got the Chicago Bears flying into San Francisco. Listen, San Francisco has definitely had a very disappointing season due to a lot of injuries. McCaffrey's out. Just it's just I think if I read correctly, Purdy's been dealing with some injuries himself. So on the other side of the ball, you have the Chicago Bears with their new interim head coach, Mr. Thomas. And his new staff. They've been playing hard. I mean, they've been keeping it damn near close for the last 3 weeks up against the mighty NFC North. And they're going into San Francisco, still an underdog, minus 4.5 against the San Francisco 49ers. Jose, what are your thoughts here? What are you thinking on this game?
I think it's gonna be a good game. I think I know they don't have much to be fighting for, on either side. I think San Francisco still has an outside chance to get to the division, and I think they just have a good enough team to make some noise if they get in. It all depends on that shoulder, that Brock Purdy's shoulder. It's a lot hinges on that. I know they lost McCaffrey, which sucks, and then they lost their backup after that, Mason. So now you got a Isaac Garendo or something like that. But he's pretty good though. He's pretty decent. Shanahan has him running hard. You still got Debo, man. You still got Jennings. So Kittle, obviously. It's a tough game, man. It's a tough game. I'm a strong believer of the revenge factor where Kirk 2 Chains over there going into Minnesota, and I'm a strong believer in firing. When teams fire their coaches, the teams at least for one game they find a spark. They find something to be happy about, something to be excited about, right? Even though if it's just a facade, like fake excitement, right? But teams respond to that.
Yeah.
So
Talk to him.
with that being said, it's a tough game, man. It's a tough game. But give me the Bears. Give me the Bears on the road to at least keep it close. I would like to move the line to at least 6.5.
Yeah.
6.5. I think they keep it within that. I think Debo scores. I think Debo's way overdue. He's past overdue. I think Debo gets in there, and I think you guys keep it close. 6.5.
Interesting you said that. I want to touch on a subject that you mentioned. You mentioned teams after firing their head coach, they come out fiery because there's a change. There's something different. They want to prove something. And I think this is that game for the Chicago Bears. Chicago Bears have struggled mightily in the first half, very miserable points in the first half. I think they are catching the San Francisco 49ers at the right time. They're catching them when they're down. Again, there's a lot of speculation. Can the Chicago Bears trade for Shanahan? Is that a pipe dream? Is that even an option? Again, who knows? But again, I agree with Jose. I think you hit the nail on the head there. I think the Bears are going to come out there firing on all cylinders. Again, Caleb Williams has been playing, again, I think above average in the sense of playing up against top players. I mean, we're supposed to beat the bottom of the barrel, but you're talking about your field goal away from beating the Green Bay Packers, the mighty Lions, the Vikings, all back to back weeks, and we are just come close because again, I know players play the game, but coaching matters. And again, I'm not excusing or I'm not putting anything there, but I think there was some fireable offenses with this coaching staff. Again, that is behind us. We're moving forward, but I also do think that the Bears are going to come out firing on all cylinders. I'm expecting some scoring in the first half. I'm expecting that defense to play heavy and play lights out against the San Francisco team. Depleted backfield. We were running very difficult against the run. We're not great against the run. So glad that they got that backup running back. Now, if he runs all over us, we definitely have a problem, but I foresee that that's not going to be a big issue. Our secondary is definitely strong enough to handle whatever San Francisco has with Jalen Johnson. We got the Spider-Man back there, Mr. Brisker, number 6, how Jose likes a lot. I think we stack up very well against San Francisco in this game, and I am going to pick Bears. I'll take the Bears +4. I'll take the Bears +4. That's going to be, again, we'll see the ticket here at the end, but I'm taking the Bears +4 on this particular game here. I'm taking Allen to score. He's been fairly hot last couple weeks. I think he takes that California love and he goes out to San Francisco and has himself a touchdown that game.
Nice. Hey, I ain't mad at it. I ain't mad at it. Right. Moving on.
We're moving right along here, ladies and gentlemen. We're moving on here. Here we go. The Chargers against the mighty Chiefs, man. It's definitely been an interesting year for the Kansas City Chiefs, if we could all say that. It hasn't looked so great. The defense has been carrying that offense for most time, but when the offense needs to play, they play. You got the Chargers over there with Jim Harbaugh playing hard. They got Herbert. They got a couple guys over there. It's just been an interesting game. I mean, I don't know, but Jose, what do you think about this game?
Listen, I'm gonna tell you right off the bat. I'm taking Chargers +4. I think the Chiefs are long overdue. They just being too much lucky shit, too much fluky shit going their way. Eventually, it's going to turn around, right? And with a great coach on the other side, they don't make mistakes. When you have a great coach, Your team doesn't make those type of mistakes. Of course, they happen with the Raiders and all these shitty teams that they've been squeaking by. The Panthers, like, come on, these are not
So
elite
you're
coaches.
saying that they can't f around with Jim
Yeah, they can't
with
fuck around this
Harbaugh.
game.
You can't
Yeah, they
fuck
can't
around
fuck around
and
this
mess
game.
up with Harbaugh.
Nah. I know Andy Reid is great, but so is Jim. Like, come on,
Mm,
like, nah, he can't fuck around. And they got a squad over there. You know, Joey Bosa coming off the edge. You got Derwin James. They got a squad. Khalil Mack. I know he's lost a few steps, but he still got some juice. You know, he can still get behind after Mahomes. And that offensive line is not blocking for them at all. It's
no.
it's that's why they've been looking so shitty because the offensive line sucks. You know, they haven't had a I mean, the running game has been decent with Kareem Hunt, and now they got Pacheco back coming to this is second game back from injury, so I expect them to look a lot better. But that defense is tough, and the defense is tough. It's a division game. This game means a lot to the Chargers. This big, huge playoff implications in this game. I know they lost their running back, DK Dobbins, but Gus Edwards is good enough. Now the Edwards, not he's my anytime scorer, by the way. Uh, I think they find a way to at least keep it close. At least give me the 4. I think they at least keep it close on the road. I think they keep it close.
Interesting take. I mean, I'm going to take Kelsey my anytime touchdown. I think anytime you got Kelsey and Mahomes out there, I think there's always that possibility. I'm not going to argue with on that. I think the Chiefs have been well overdue for a loss. They've just been finding ways to win. I mean, that's what great teams do, right? They find ways to win, whether it's special teams, defense, offense. They find that way. But I think I agree with you on this one in the sense of like you could do those against those fluky teams, or you could kind of do that against teams that are kind of mindling. But when you got a great a great coach on the other side of you, like the Harbaugh, you can't make those mistakes as much because they're going to cost you. I think Herbert's having a pretty decent year. I think I'm taking the Chargers +4. Give me the Chargers +4 on that one.
We agree on a lot of games today. We agree on a lot of
Yeah, we
games.
kind of agree. Listen, gentlemen, we don't have the third leg. Hey, if you want if you want Jaden back on this show, let us know. Give him some comments down below.
Or if you don't want him back on the show, either way.
Yeah, I mean, he didn't do his picks didn't hit too hard. Like, oh.
Call me either way, whether you want him back or not. All right, let's go. Moving on. Oh shit.
Ooh, listen, man. Here we got the
test.
snooze fest, man. Listen, the Bengals.
No,
I mean, even though
who's test?
oh, I said snooze fest. Sorry about that. That's what I heard. Listen,
I got test for anytime touchdown test.
oh, you got test for anytime touchdown.
Fucking up this week.
Geez, I got Brown for this one. But listen, man, you got the Bengals who last week definitely let us down on our ticket. I mean, we could talk about that. We've already, if you want to go watch that episode, go check us out. But listen, Burrow have been playing great. It's just the team, man. I don't know what's going on over there against the very just depleted Cowboys. They've been fighting hard. They came in last week. They won. Again, it's just definitely just one of those games. You got -5.5 for the Bengals. Jose, what are you thinking here? What's your take on this one?
I'm thinking this is a sneaky good game.
Okay.
Vegas think it's gonna be high scoring. Of course they do, right? Because Bengals defense sucks. Dallas they suck. They got nothing to play for. But I don't know. Like I think they can keep it. I think it'd be an interesting game. I think it'd be fireworks here and there. I am gonna take CD. Oh, shit, my boy Rick dropped out. I don't know what happened to him. Let me send him a quick invite again so he can join back up. Hold on, guys. But I am going to take. Hold on. Technical difficulties. All right, guys. I sent him an invite. We should have him back here shortly. I am going to take. CeeDee Lamb as an anytime touchdown. I think he goes in there. You know, they're at home. The Bengals don't scare anybody. They have no defense. They have no one to stop him. He's one of the premier wide receivers on the outside. So I think this is going to be a sneaky high scoring game. I think my boy Rick said Chase Brown gets in, which makes sense. Of course, he's a great running back over there. And ladies and gentlemen, he's back just like that.
Sorry, we had a little power. We had a little internet interruption here, ladies and gentlemen, but I am back. So
So yeah, I was just
well,
telling the people about that you chose Chase Brown for your anytime, and telling them that I think it's gonna be a sneaky high scoring game. So I took CeeDee Lamb as my anytime touchdown, and but if I had to make a pick, I would lean Bengals on the road 5.5. I think they have a lot more firepower over there. And like you said, man, Joe Burrow has been unstoppable. So give me the Bengals on the road.
yeah, this is one of those games that for me, I'm just gonna I would stay away from. I'm just not gonna. Again, the Cowboys have just been
If you had
sneaky.
to make a choice, if you had to make a choice.
If I had to make a choice, again, I am gonna take the better quarterback. Just for just to check my boxes, right? I'm taking the better quarterback. I'm taking Joe Burrow. If I had to, am I taking him 5.5? I'll probably take the money line, if anything. Again, that Cowboy team is just one of those teams that who the hell knows what you get week in, week out with these Cowboys. So I'll take the Bengals money line on this one, ladies and gentlemen.
Right. So that concludes the all the games, guys. All the games, guys. So the time you guys been waiting for, it's finally here. Well,
It's
I'm gonna give you my two locks. My two
okay.
locks. I told you it was Atlanta on the road. Kirko 2 chains to at least keep it close within 7.5 on the road in Minnesota, and give me Miami minus 6.5.
Mm,
I'm gonna move it up a point.
mm.
Matter of fact, talk to the people. Talk to the people. I'm gonna
So
build the parlay as we speak. Now I'm gonna give you guys
so
live on.
while Jose's building that parlay, this is my going to be picks, guys. Again, I'm very passionate about after firing your coach, the team comes out firing in all cylinders. So I'm gonna follow that formula and give me the Bears +4. I'm gonna give you one of those games. I'm gonna give you the Panthers. I'm taking the Panthers here. Give me Panthers plus 14 and a half up against the Eagles. It's going to be one of those games for me. Again, like I said, I just think that Bryce Young, again, even though he's not there, he has responded to his benching. He has come back playing a little bit, keeping these games close, even against top contenders. So again, I know Eagles are playing on all cylinders, but give me the Panthers +14. Give me the Bears +4. Those are my two picks. As Jay, the producers over there, is building the parlay over there. Again, it's just one of
Looking,
those times, ladies and gentlemen. Again,
I'm
heard
looking
this
for some
joke.
plus money here. So
What's up? What are you thinking?
I'm looking for some plus money on the Dolphins. So the plus money is at 6.5 plus 105. I like that. If we go plus 10, yeah, okay. All right, let's go plus. We're gonna go minus. We're gonna go minus 6.5. We're gonna keep it there. We're gonna go. Uh
Bears
you said
+4.
Bears +4. Okay, I like that. Keep it close. Keep it within a field goal at least. Okay, and then you got now this Panthers game. Um, they're plus 13.5 right now. If you go if you buy the 1 point, it'll be minus 130. So that's not too bad. I don't know if you wanted to buy more points than that.
Let's
Or
buy more points, baby. I mean, again, like I said,
you,
I am expecting the Eagles to win, but if we're talking about betting here and we're talking about the line, I'm taking the Panthers to kind of keep it within that two-score touchdown.
so what are we landing on?
You said 14 and a half, right? You said give me that 2.5. Give me the extra
Okay,
point.
so okay, we're buying the 1 point. Okay.
Yes.
All right, so guys, this is a juicy one. This is a juicy one. That pays 10-16. That's 10-1 to your money. So if you put $100, you're gonna get 1,115 back for my $100 betters out there. So hey, we're here on the podcast. We don't bet that high. We don't bet too juicy. We're $50 betters. So we're gonna get the comeback should be 557. 557. And that's the ticket, guys. To say it again, we got Falcons on the road plus 7.5. Got Dolphins at home minus 6.5. Buy that. We bought that point. We buying points on all of these. We got Bears on the road plus 4.5. We bought the half point on that because they're 3.5 on Hard Rock. Remember, and we're taking the Panthers plus 14.5. So no blowouts there. We're not looking for a blowout. And again, that pays 10-16. 10-16. That's a juicy one. That's definitely a juicy one.
So for all our big money bettors, man, if you want to get that money up and you feeling frisky, go ahead and make that bet. Again, guys, we'll be recapping this ticket on our recap episode on Tuesday. Jose will be posting that ticket, I'm assuming, on all platforms of social media.
Especially TikTok. Join us there,
TikTok.
especially on TikTok.
Hey, listen, man, us grown men, we on TikTok. We going to TikTok.
Yeah, for sure.
But outside of that, man, listen, like, guys, again, we want to thank you guys. We want to continue this podcast. We want to continue just, being there for you guys and just giving you guys some entertainment, give you guys something to talk about. Please comment below, whether on TikTok or any of the platforms. Let us know any thoughts, any disagreements, anything you disagree with us, anything we could be doing better. Let us know. We're here for you guys. We're the One Leg Loser podcast. I'm your boy, Bear Down Rick.
What you can't do is talk about the Dolphins. I'm gonna come for you.
Well, listen, if you guys want to sit down with Jose and hey, listen, put a comment out there. Hey, all my Dolphins podcast guys out there, look, man, if you want to talk to a real Dolphins fan, hit up our boy Jay, the producer, in the comments. Bring him on one of your shows, man. Love to see Jay out there. But again, from your boy Bear Down Rick to my brother here, Jay, the producer, we want to thank you guys for joining us on the One Leg Loser podcast.
Yes, sir. Fins up.
And bear down until the recap show. We'll see you guys on the next one.
Peace.